I turn around and grow companies, small to mid-sized businesses. And so my background is in accounting and finance.
Sure.
Like that's what I came up through. So as a CFO of a unicorn tech company, then as a CFO of a billion-dollar construction company. So in my business right now, the question is,
Welcome back to Daily Revenue Report. In this video, Alex Hormozi just destroyed one of the biggest myths in business. Should you niche down or go broad? A former CFO of a billion-dollar company asked Alex Hormozi how to scale without getting stuck. And what Alex Hormozi says about niching, pricing power, and dominating a market will completely flip how you think about growth. We're talking high-income niches, client acquisition strategy, and why Alex Hormozi says going broad may actually be killing your business potential. If you want real-world breakdowns, scaling strategies, and insights from Alex Hormozi that actually make you money, hit that like and subscribe button because we drop videos like this every single day.
I know like the niches are in the riches, right? Or the riches are in the niches, whatever. You know, it's the other way around. But like, I know I could crush it in construction. That's where I spent like my entire career, like working with all types of construction companies. But I don't want to get pigeonholed, and I don't want to get bored by just working in one industry. So it's kind of a long question here, but like I know with Gym Launch, you just focus just on gym owners, which is very specific and probably really easy to do, but or easier to do than just go after.
Super easy.
Okay.
No one else has been able to do it.
Well, easier to go after one ideal customer profile is what I meant versus I go after. I work with all different types of businesses right now.
Yeah.
Is it a mistake to do that, or should I just like crush it in construction and then go from there later?
Yeah.
You're
so
drawing a picture.
Basically, you're like, hey, I've got this really easy thing that I'm really good at, and everyone loves me, and I have all the credibility. Or I could do this really hard thing that I don't have the same experience in, or could provide the same amount of value. Which one should I do?
As always, the person asking Alex Hormozi the question has already answered his own question just by simply asking the question. It's crazy, like this happens all the time. He literally said in his question, I know that the riches are in the niches. And so he says, I have this one thing that I've been doing that I'm really good at, and then I also have all of these other things which I think I could be really good at, and it could open up all these other opportunities, and look at this girl in the red dress, and look at this shiny object. But as you can see, Alex is already going to tell him, just do more of what you're already doing. That's literally the number one advice Alex gives every day on all of these videos. And you would think that these people, after consuming hundreds, if not thousands of hours of Alex Hormozi, paying tens of thousands of dollars to attend these seminars and get Alex's advice, that they would understand these things. But here's what I think happens. And I don't blame these people. Look, these people, some of them are more successful than I'll ever be, right? But I don't blame them. It's just, I think what happens is everybody thinks they're unique, that they're special, that their set of circumstances is so unique that these broad answers that Alex gives to everybody doesn't work for them. But when they hear Alex give them the same advice they already know that they should do, it kind of reaffirms in their head, like, all right, I heard it from the man himself. It actually does apply to my unique specific situation, because guess what? Your unique specific situation isn't actually that unique. Business is business. Every business runs into the same problems and it has the same kinds of constraints. And there's only so many solutions to these constraints. You just have to do more.
Not necessarily, no. But I'm not trying to go after like HR consulting and strategy, finance, marketing, all that stuff. It's strategy and finance. It's just whether I niche down even further and just work with construction companies, or I go more broad, right?
Yeah. So I'll pick out the first two things that you said around pigeonholing and boredom. So that's what this is, and then I'll answer the second part of the question. So one, you won't be pigeonholed because if you're in a niche, you can charge niche prices which are higher. You'll have better, all your case studies will be relevant to those customers. They'll be like, oh, this is for me. It'll be a shoe-in deal. You'll sell more. Like, you'll have more customers in a niche than if you go broad.
Okay.
That's the thing that's counterintuitive. So like if I said I help businesses, I will get, well, if I have a track record in gyms, then if I advertise all businesses, I will get fewer gyms than if I advertise I'm good at business in general. And so oftentimes you'll get higher response rates by just paring down the messaging and being more specific.
Yeah, that is super counterintuitive. But if you really think about it, that's how all of marketing works, right? If you've ever been scrolling on Facebook for any amount of time, you'll see the number one strategy people use is they call out the customer that they're trying to reach. So sometimes they just do it by saying, attention, Rhode Island homeowners, right? And like, oh, well, I live in Rhode Island and I own a home. And then they'll be selling some home service business or, solar or alarms or mowing grass, all that type of stuff. Basically, the principle behind this is if you're trying to get a certain type of customer, calling them out specifically is going to get you a higher result. Very simple.
But this is the thing that I want to talk about with the boredom thing, because it'll apply to everybody here. Every business chunked up to the highest level is you with 5 to 7 direct reports. And they're going to be your marketing person, your salesperson, your HR person, your legal, IT, finance, CS, whatever, right? And so, in my opinion, every business, if you succeed at it at the highest level, ends up becoming the same thing. And so the idea of like, oh, I feel like I'm going to be in construction forever, you're not. You're going to be managing 7 people who run a business. And so whether I'm building software or I'm building, an acquisition, a PE firm, or I'm building, a chain of whitening stores, the actual day-to-day is more or less the same once you get high enough up, in my opinion, especially if you're, I'm assuming, kind of a business strategy generalist.
This is generally true for just about any business. Like you said, whether it's a construction business, whether it's teeth whitening, whether you're selling cars, literally all you're doing is, yes, you're working it at the beginning. At the beginning, you're the one mowing the lawns. You're the one doing the ads. You're the one selling the products. But eventually, when you scale enough, you're going to need to find people to hire to replace all these separate things that you're doing. And I mean, that's pretty much the same thing, right? Once you get to a certain level in business, all you're doing is managing people.
So then your day-to-day from a boredom perspective, they all end up here. And so I would not use boredom as a reason to not do something, because if you win, then that's what happens. Right? So 1. 2, the pigeonholing, I think you're just going to end up getting better success for better people and be able to charge all the reasons I talk about niche stuff. And so for you, my TLDR is I do think that you should just focus on the thing that you have this massive track record in, that you also know how you can crush it for them.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Cool. Thanks.
This is just a nice drawing to illustrate my point.
If this breakdown from Alex Hormozi changed how you think about niching, pricing, and scaling your business, there's a lot more where that came from. We break down real strategies and real decision making from Alex Hormozi that actually help you grow faster and make more money. So hit that like and subscribe button, because we drop videos like this every single day.